Hey guys, hope you're having a good one. Today we're going to do another clone versus the original. So let's get into it. Alright, so what we're going to be going over is Fragrance World Aether versus Parfums de Marly Greenley. So I only have a sample of Greenley. I got this a couple years ago. Originally, before buying or even hearing about Aether, I was looking at getting a sample of, a bottle of Greenley because I actually really loved it. I will put the notes on the screen. The note breakdown for both of these fragrances are primarily identical. So here are the notes. Top notes of green apple, bergamot, mandarin orange. Middle notes of cedar, petitgrain, violet, cashmeran. And base notes of musk, oak moss, and amberwood. I'll be putting Greenley on this hand, my right hand. And I will be putting Aether on my left hand. Course, as you guys know, and as I mention all the time about clones, the biggest thing that you're going to notice is a quality difference. This one in particular is one of the more hype clones from 2024. The DNA is pretty spot on. The DNA in this is pretty spot on compared to Greenley. I will say that it is there. The green apple, the citruses, it's fruity, it's musky, it's citrus, balm, but the quality of Greenley versus this is definitely noticeable. So yeah, again, that's some of the first things that at least I notice with this. Like I said, Greenley is just a little bit more smooth. One of the huge differences I know whenever I was doing research on Aether was brought up by which was brought up by many people who were reviewing Aether, was the cedar note. That's the biggest telltale of the quality. Parfums de Marly uses obviously a better quality juice, so the cedar note is a lot better. But the fruitiness, the citruses in both of these fragrances are very similar. Now, like I said, it is a tad bit loud. It is a tad bit, sure, you could say screechy. I particularly don't know if it is that specific cedar note. I'm not sure if that's what it is. But I would just say that it's probably the quality of the oils. Now, is this horrible? No, absolutely not. This will get you 90 to probably 95% of the way there. The DNA is spot on. It's spot on. Yeah, it's spot on. But I can tell that the green apple, the citruses in this, is a little bit more rich in Greenley. It's popping a little bit more off of my skin, while this is sort of, now as it's starting to calm down and it's starting to dry down, this is more musk, oak moss, cedar. I still get the green apple, but it's not as extremely prominent and sticking out to me as much as this. In Greenley, it's sticking out a lot off of my skin, at least. Yeah, the green apple, the mandarin orange, it's popping off of my skin. Okay, so as I always like to say, guys, if you are someone who has never smelt the DNA, you don't know where to get decants, you don't have samples readily available, you don't have a Nordstrom or some high-end store that you can go to get your nose on this, and you want to smell the DNA, yeah, for 40 bucks, this is really good. And it's actually stopped me from buying a full bottle of Greenley, because as I said before, I was looking at getting a full bottle originally. I was going to try to seek out a full bottle until this came out. And then I knew I had to get it because this DNA is really nice. It's really nice for the spring. It's very nice for the summer. If you like citruses, if you like green apple fruity citruses, you will really like this DNA. It's really good. It smells incredibly nice. I'm actually a big fan of it. Okay, coming to a conclusion on this. Again, if you guys don't have, you know, 100 and whatever, 50, 40 to 80 to $200 to spend, or if you even find it for retail and you don't even go through discounters or gray market, if you don't have that type of money and you want to get your hands on something similar, yeah, of course, go with this, man. It's really good. Like I said, you're gonna get 90 to 95% there. You got to do the other 5% though. That's on you. But as I mentioned before, if you have the money and you're like, I want to get a taste of the original DNA, I want to see what it smells like, you know, maybe decant this, maybe sample it, or just buy a full bottle if you want to. I personally, for me, this is good enough for me for right now. It does the job for me. If this was super screechy and it didn't really have that 90 to 95% of the DNA to it, if let's say it was like an 80%er, I may have said, yeah, I'm gonna go try to find a full bottle of this. But where this is at with the DNA and the job that Fragrance World did do with this, they did a really good job with this. This is gonna hold me off from getting a bottle unless I come across it, or unless I'm really like, I want Greenley. So yeah, in my personal opinion, I would say save the $140+ and just get this guy. Quality is decent. Like I said, there's a couple notes in there that definitely make it smell, you know, of less quality than Greenley. But this is to be known. You guys know this as people who are trying to look at alternatives or clones or dupes of your favorite fragrances or things that you just want to try. So again, I personally would just go with this for right now if I was to recommend anything. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me on this one, comparing Aether by Fragrance World and Parfums de Marly Greenley. Both great fragrances, and the DNA is really nice. And I would definitely say, if you are watching this video, you obviously are interested. Go test both of them out side to side and see what you smell. You're going to be faced with higher quality versus decent quality and a little bit of a lower price. So the decision is up to you guys. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me on this one. Thank you guys so much. If you're a new viewer and you've made it all the way through, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for the support. Happy Easter to everyone. It is the day before Easter that I'm going to put this video out. So we'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.